Just like many players out there, I can't help a good deal when it comes along, and if I'm not buying sealed product, then I'm going shopping on the reserve list. But what cards did I buy? It's time to share that with all of you. So what does somebody buy with their Magic budget when they're not buying anything? When nothing that Wizards of the Coast puts out really appeals to that person? Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and yeah, I've been doing some shopping. Now, the cards I'm going to show you today are over the course of several months. This is not anything I'm buying for my Patreon people. Guys who are on my Patreon, that's a whole separate thing, and I just add it to the Patreon box now, except for when I do special videos. These are things being added to my personal collection, and we're going to go through them together today, and we're going to talk about the market, how things are going. So our first pile I want to share with you guys is going to be, of course, Soldevi excavations. Every card you're seeing here, these are all near mint, okay? These are all near mint ones I've bought over the last couple of months. I mean, ever since M30, just nothing's really appealed to me. I haven't really bought any sealed product. I haven't been sitting on any individual cards. I've just been buying reserve list cards slowly over time, sticking to my budget, and just adding this stuff in. Now, this is the near mint pile. This is not my moderately played, light played stuff. It's the near mint, okay? The other cards have been added already into my binder. This will end up in the binders as well. I think I'll probably stop when I get to like 5,000. Just so you guys were wondering. When I get to a personal count of 5,000, that's probably when I'll stop buying this card. Because I'm trying to see how deep the market goes. We know that when this card gets bought out, there's like a residual effect where it can't actually restock it. And there's only so many bulk bins you can go looking through trying to find that card. So Soldevi Excavations is the card of the channel. I love it. And it's one of those things we always follow. But watching the market rebound on cards like this are just as important to see the depth of the market in the future. Now our next little pile here. These cards here are cards that are going to go into a deck. I'm actually going to be using these. The first card, Sneak Attack. Oh, remember, we're going old school. But this is not for me. This is for Minimox in his Dragon deck. I bought it for him. I thought it'd be fun to maybe put this thing in and do some crazy stuff with all those big, huge dragons. The next card, you may have seen in my background. I've had it for a while, but I hadn't put it into a video explaining why I bought it. These cards here. Cards are going to my commander deck I'm building, which has no creatures in it. So this one here, you can see this is Gravity Sphere. It's Enchant World from Legends. This was like 50 bucks. That's all it cost, man. When they're this cheap, it is crazy to think how inexpensive they are. Here's Caverns of Despair. And again, same type of thing. Because it really limits what creatures can do, you really can't go wrong with stuff like this. And here is an Unlimited Smoke. Okay, again, another amazing card that I think is just underrated. Wizards could reprint this. They could do it. I just don't see them reprinting it. The other ones are reserve list. Smoke is not. But each player can only untap one creature during his or her untap phase is pretty brutal. Wizards likes the game being fast. So slowing things down to commander game can just like torture people. I love it. Good stuff. Love seeing cards like this in my deck. And these are ones I'm trying to build with. But buying reserve list cards, you know, in 2021, it was too expensive. Like, I'm not going to pay a couple $100 for these cards. Each one, that's like $400, $500, $600. No, ridiculous. And I'll talk about that as we go through. But when they're $50 each, light played, near mint, I'm going to buy them. I only need one or two for a deck. I might as well buy it, hold on to it, and keep it. Why would I buy a sealed box of, I don't know, let's just say Kamigawa and Neon Dynasty when I can get these two cards? Kamigawa's got some great cards. It's got great stuff, but I can buy those singles. I don't need the box sitting there when I can own reserve list cards that'll have a lot more fun factor for me personally going forward as a reserve list fiend. Like, I love the reserve list. I love the cards on it. And I can't go back that way as a player. So, kind of crazy. Oh, we'll do this one. We'll do this one. I know. See, oh, it's a graded card, guys. It's graded. I'll tell you right now, we're going to smash this out of the case. Not today, but this is not staying in here because it's going into my collection. This is a collection card. So, for most of you who are new to the channel, I'm trying to finish an entire set of Arabian Nights, okay? First expansion in Magic's history, 5 million card print run, and I'm trying to finish a complete set. There's a lot of cards in this set. It's not like it's a huge set, but they're expensive. Old Man of the Sea here was $200. It's only a CGC 5. I'm not going to keep it in this case. It's going in my binder, so I will crack this out because I like to play with my cards. Yes, I have some graded cards. I do keep some graded. If this was a 9.5, I'd probably keep it graded. But for $200, all taxes in, Canadian, delivered to my door, I couldn't pass on this, guys. An amazing card, but it's going into my collection, okay? You can see if you look closely, it's got some whiting on the edges. It's hard to see on camera, but if I can get there, you see that? See that whitening there? Same as the back. It's not, you know, it does have play, okay? I consider it moderately played. Great card. I'm proud to own it. I know it's not near mint, but for me, it's completing the collection, not making the cards near mint. I actually prefer cards that have some play because, you know, it tells a story that it was used. That's all. Now, the next pile here. Again, remember, guys, this is over the course of a period of months, okay? This doesn't happen overnight. This happened over basically since the 30th anniversary. This is what I've been buying with my money instead of buying sealed boxes. So this pile here is all Arabian Nights cards, which I did not own. I didn't have them in my collection. So we have the Ifrit. Now, I never saw this as a kid being used, but still. We have Aladdin. We like taking control of people's artifacts. Again, none of these cards are near mint. Some might be lightly played. Like when you look at the Aladdin's ring here, being able to ping people for 4 was awesome. But we didn't really understand that part right there where it says mono artifact. Mono means one. You can only use it once. We didn't quite get that. The Cabal Ghoul. Remember, these are all Arabian Nights cards. So every card here, I'm just counting down from my set. One less each time. Oh, the Island Fish Draconis. I remember trying to use this thing. Oh, it was horrible. Brassman I did use very effectively. Because we didn't attack with it. It was a great little blocker. It's a 1/3 wall for 1. Crazy. Then we have the Army of Allah. I still have to get a Jihad. That's going to be crazy. Jihad's going to be hard to get. I know Shazam's going to be hard to get. Bazaar Baghdad. I get it. These cards are super expensive. Another great card, though. Sinbad. The Bottle of Solomon. It's a lot of text there. But basically, you can get a 5/5 Djinn or you're going to hurt yourself. The first removal card I remember seeing. This thing just said destroy any card in play. That's Planeswalkers, guys. That's anything. Most people don't see that thing coming anymore. It's twisting things up, man. Awesome card. And then, of course, we have the Sandals. Now, this one, I remember friends trying to give things Island Walk and kill it, and then use the Argivian Archaeologist to bring this thing back. So that's a little pile of cards that are being added, right? This here is going only into a binder. I don't really intend on playing with these, but I want to complete that whole set. So these cards here, they're all going in. And it brings me down basically to the big cards. I need like a Drop of Honey. I need to get a couple of the expensive Ifrits and stuff, right? Like the Urnham Djinn. I gotta get some of the big boys now. So all these cards are going to take time. They're all money. I'm not sure if I'll go for the biggest ones and work my way. Like, am I going to go for a Shazam and work my way down? I don't know. Wherever opportunity comes up, that's when you got to take advantage of it. And this last card was all about opportunity. We're going to get to this one, okay? But you have to look for those opportunities. Sometimes it means putting other things on hold because you know it's a good deal. You know it's something you've always wanted, and that's what this card is. So this card here, I was waiting for this to come in the mail so I could share it with everyone. This card is not Arabian Nights. As much as I wish it was, I wish this was a really beat up card. It's my Bazaar. It's not Bazaar. As much as I want it to be. I know guys on the channel were asking, but it is a card I've always wanted. This is a card I've been after for decades, okay? And I'm going to share it with you. There you go. This is a Mishra's Workshop from Antiquities. Guys, this is beautiful. Okay, for those who didn't know, like, you can take a closer look here. For me as a kid, a couple of friends had this. They never traded it away. You couldn't, we always traded for cards back then, but nobody would trade this to me. They had the power plant. They had everything, these crazy things they would get out with these things. This is just sheer beauty to me. When I couldn't get one, they had this holiday promo card, the Mishra's Toy Workshop, kind of like a pun type card. I always wanted this one. Now, here's what's interesting. When I said about taking the opportunity when it comes up, this card is damaged, okay? I'm going to show. If you look at this corner, you'll see it is bent. Look at the other side. It's clearly damaged, guys. This thing is so roughly played. But if I'd wanted this card 3 years ago, 2 years ago, this thing would be like a $3,000 card still. It was crazy. This thing was like $6,000, $7,000 at one point. This card, I'm going to pause for effect. $680 Canadian all in. $680 for a Mishra's Workshop. So yes, I just ate most of my budget from my Bazaar. I'm kind of back to scratch. But this card coming around at this price, when I know I want to play with one and put it in a commander deck, it's not going to sit in a binder, Although it's the biggest card you need to get an antiquity set started, which is great. But this is just sheer beauty to me. Can't go wrong. Love it. This will go into decks. I will play it. I will cherish it. This is something that when opportunity knocks, you just can't go wrong. $680 is nothing. That's taxes in, delivery, everything. Guys, the way the reserve list is acting right now, it's acting like it's on its last day. You know, it's like the fall of Rome is what it feels like to so many people. But what's really happening is a repricing, a restructuring of value on how people feel about the reserve list and how confident they are in Wizards of the Coast. This is something that can't be understated, because if there's no confidence in Wizards of the Coast, there's no confidence in the reserve list. It's the last wall of defense, the last bulwark against everything else Wizards is doing. Without the reserve list to kind of stabilize things, people have no belief in anything. You might as well just go proxy and call it a day. But for those who want the real cards, for those who stand there and say, yeah, like I want the card to be affordable, but I want the real deal, well, it comes at a cost. It always does. And for me, seeing these cards go on sale, it's been a dream come true to see the reserve list lose so much value, because I don't care if it loses value. I want to own the cards and play with them. I want to own the cards and build decks with them. And I'm willing to work as hard as it is. I'm willing to work to get the cards I want. I'm not going to moan and groan about I can't afford it. No, I'm just going to keep plugging away. I'm the tortoise in the hare. I'm going slow and steady, trying to reach the goal. And this goal came along as a shortstop. I'm taking that opportunity. I'm sure many of you may disagree, but when people look at this video, when you watch this stuff, this is months of work. Okay? I'm not Alpha Investments, not the Taco King getting this stuff. I'm just a little guy trying to get a bite. And I got a bite, I took it, and I'm loving every minute of it. I can't wait to put the deck together. Either way, I want to thank you all for coming out today, watching the video. Share some thoughts with me. What cards are you after? What cards are you looking for? What's your dream cards, man? Have you looked? Have you started going for them? Have you been checking prices? The financial side of things right now is totally upside down. It's to our advantage to take advantage when it's low. Because you never know. How do the rich get richer? They tell everyone else the sky is falling and solidify their position, and people believe them. But when the sky's falling, some people will dive in and take advantage of those low prices that, the rich didn't think were going to do it. Some lowly slob says, yeah, I'm gonna put a few bucks into this stock or that stock, and they become millionaires because the stock eventually always goes back up. If it's not end of days, it's going to rebound at some point. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me today, guys. Thanks for being here and allowing me to entertain you each and every day. If you made it to the end of the video, if you like the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn the notification bell on. And thanks again for helping me get closer to the 20,000 subscriber party. When we get that 20,000 subs, we are going to have a blast. Can't wait to share it with you. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, a shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons I have on my channel. Without their continued support, daily uploaded content, it's just not possible, guys. If you want to be a patron, reach out to me on Patreon. There might be a spot or two. I don't know. You have to take a look. Thanks again to my fantastic patrons. See you tomorrow.